opinion, how we can support one another. First, we have to realize what support we need, first and foremost. So before we even get to realizing what support we need, to get to the end goal of having that unimind, or having that unity, that unity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to be able to identify these different things. One thing we have to identify the person that needs support. Do they have the mind and heart to be able to accept support other than physically tangible things?
This is the original people in the Eve gene. People always asking us, are y'all Muslims? Are y'all 5%ers? Are y'all Jehovah Witnesses? Oh, what, y'all don't believe in Jesus Christ? I simply tell them the original people in the Eve gene represents all melanated people around the world and uniting all melanated cultures across the globe. Melanated people come in many different shades. We have many different areas, and we have many different cultures and beliefs. Let's put that all aside and come as one. What improvements do you believe the original people need in order to improve in society?
It's simple. Communication. Communication is the biggest key. We don't communicate with each other, and we should. Like, we need to love each other, because everyone else does, so why not us?
Thank you.
Peace, family. Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. We are the number one podcast for individuals seeking to end that generational dysfunction we all have. We're going to get rid of that thing.
For real.
What's
man,
good, cuz?
For real, man. Good, man. Sitting back, laid back, always marinating, you know what I mean? Marinating knowledge, marinating time.
Marinating in your melanin.
Marinating in my melanin.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing all of that. I'm melanating. Dang, they got me messing up. I'm marinating in knowledge. I'm marinating in myself, and marinating in my environment by my loved ones, as far as in my wife, my kids. I'm having another baby once again. Mm-hmm. So, cuz I'm spending time with you. I'm spending, calling my grandma. Spoke to my grandma today, or yesterday, my mom. So I'm marinating in experience, man. I'm stepping back and I'm just enjoying this moment. Like I said, man, I'm enjoying it. And I'm marinating in love, cuz. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Marinating in love. And then I done made love and end up creating love. You know what I mean? That's what done happened, marinating in all that love. I'm messing with you, man. But I'm serious at the same time. Absolutely. For real, man. But
I love that.
For real, cuz. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. It's a lot of transitioning happening with the book. That's coming to a closure in terms of writing it.
Okay.
So I have about 13 more days to finish up that project, and it's like the finish line is like right there, because I really want to release it on my father's birthday, which is May 31st. So that's that means like I'm emotionally connected to that day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why that's a push of mine to get that book out by that time, because I'm emotionally connected to it. It's like my mind and my heart's connected. Yeah. As I'm in that season of life where this is connected with this. Like everything I do is I'm connected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where I'm at, man, and it feels great. Feels great to be there. I don't want to relinquish this feeling that I have about having that connection with my mental and my emotional. It's a great place, cuz. Great place. Ain't no it is a great place, and I love it here.
I'm glad, cuz.
I'm marinating in my melanin.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I'm marinating in mine, cuz. Marinating your melanin, folks. Marinating your melanin.
Marinating in it, cuz. Yeah,
might have to put that on the shirt. Hey, we got some merch coming out soon.
May have to, but what somebody said, cuz, man, but Damn, I forgot what I was about to say, man. I'm talking about, because that was a nice idea. Now I'm like, hey, look, you see, I didn't lean back. That's the nice idea. Oh, that's a nice idea move, though. But yeah, cuz, man, shit. Then you know me, man. I was thinking, man. You know, this is something off the top of my head. I was just thinking, man, one day, man, and I came to the conclusion of this, man. This is just random, cuz. This is a dysfunction. You know us. This leads your lineage, where we represent, and then dysfunctions, right? So this is the dysfunction I done thought about. Cause what you think about this? I said one problem is, out of many problems, out of a lot of them, for black men. As far as in parents, the grandparents, the everybody in the family, the friends, the community. We don't know how to support and be behind the positive black men. For instance, we know what to do for a negative instance, right? For when we're doing something bad, for instance, this is even for my, you know what I mean? It's for everybody. It's not for everybody. This is a big dysfunction. It's common. Most of our parents, especially our black moms out here, know how to support their son more into the negative way, as far as in the positive way. They don't know how to support their sons. And I'm not calling my mom out. My mom do a damn good job. I'm just being, you know what I mean? This is leads your lineage. So, a lot of black mamas don't know how to support their sons in a positive way. As far as in this, her black son go to jail. What's the first thing she do? She go spend some money for him to get a lawyer. She go spend some money to talk to him. She go spend some money to put on his books and all that. Try to do her best to keep her son out them boys' hands. You know what I mean? And as far as in, say if a young black man wants to be an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? They're not digging out their pockets, trying to hurry up and help them get to it, you know? And not saying they have to, not saying they are supposed to. I'm saying, but they don't know how to support as far as in, like, not even with, and I'm not talking bad about my mama. My mama helped me. I'm just saying, I'm just breaking it down. As far as in, like, people don't know how to help as far as in, when their son doing something positive, how to instead of spend that money on a lawyer to help him get out of jail, spend that money on when he come out of college, have some little money for him saved up, you know what I mean? Or for him to go to college. You know that he's supposed to go to college as a parent. Do your best is to save your money and send your kid with some money to become an entrepreneur or go to school. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying here? Our culture, and then not even for the moms, for girls out here, right? Most of the time, you know, you probably don't, because you don't be saying shit. You just don't. You be swearing up and down. You don't. But yeah, if you see it out here, man, most of the culture out here, they support who? The negative person.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we know about the negative male, the male who's out here selling drugs to the community, the male who's out here robbing, and et cetera, to the community, right? We don't praise the man who actually out here like ethnicity proud, or not even him, like me and you, like the average dude who watching this, you know, who out here actually ending our lineage, our people, our parents, our friends, don't know how to support the positive route of a black male. They only know how to support the negative route of the black male.
When you say this, you talking about the collective.
The community, yeah, the collective. Okay. The black community.
Okay, the collective.
Okay. So they don't know how to support, right? So this is what happens. The little boy growing up, he sees this, and you don't get it together right away as a kid. You probably learn as an adult, but you see this. So what you become? You go the route that they support, because at the end of the day, as a community, the people who we supporting is the people who we supporting is who our kids want to be when they grow up. You know what I mean? So if we supporting the drug dealer, all the kids gonna be drug dealers. If we supporting athletes, all the kids gonna be athletes.
No, I see what you're saying.
If we supporting all these rappers, everybody wanna be rappers. You know, for the mass majority, because I'm talking about the people who grew up without no fathers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People who out here for real, you know, who grew up without a way out. And even in their environment, the person who was doing the most negative was the one who was winning. That was the one who the community was supporting. That was the one who everybody loved. That was the one, you know. That was the one who was behind him. Everybody was behind him. But that nerd dude in the just who was actually trying to go to school and everything, nobody supported him.
That's facts. That's facts.
And that's why majority go. You want to have support. It's hard out here. It's hard out here to not have support. It's hard out here to be doing it yourself. I do it myself. This is from experience. I'm building it. I don't have no father. You know, I'm not knocking my father. I'm just being 100. I don't have no father. I had to learn how to be a father. I had to learn how to be a husband. You know what I mean? My mama only taught me halfway. My mama only could teach me how to treat a woman. She couldn't teach me how to be a man and how to treat a woman and still have the whole 360 because she'd never been a man. She couldn't teach me the man side of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How to still have your mind. How to make sure you still happy too. How to make sure you taking care of your body too. You know what I mean? I had to learn all that myself. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Cause it's that route, man. Cause most communities, the drug man ain't the fucking the damn every community that is a base. If you look at them, if they fucking my fault, man. If they people who they role models essentially. Mm-hmm. You know, they role models are people they idols, whoever they want to call. If they're those people who do such things, if they sell drugs or do all that, most of the time, if you look at the people as a whole, those people ain't doing so well. And now, if you look in the community who got role models that are, for instance, let's be honest, we look in their community, who are they role models? People like Elon Musk, all of that. You know what I mean? He gets support. In his community, you know what I mean? They're gonna support him because he's doing something positive. Mm. And the people in their community who doing something positive get supported.
I see what you're saying.
It's hard. It's hard to do it without support, because when you're out here not doing it with no support, like I was just saying, it's when you're out here being an entrepreneur. I gotta take my kids everywhere. I'm out here just like the average person. I'm out here ending generations. I gotta bring my own food because I'm a vegan, so I gotta make sure I bring food. It's just so much, you know what I mean? Not even just little stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it all add up, and then when the big stuff come up, it's still adding up, you know what I mean? So it's hard to live life without support out here, you know what I mean? So that's why people go the easier route, because if you go the easier route, you'll get more support. If I was out here doing negative stuff, people like, oh, don't post to me, I'm post more. I know because I done lived it. You know what I mean? When I was negative wrong, I got more attention than positive wrong. But guess what? Not no more, because I got Leads Your Lineage podcast. How you feel about that, though, cuz?
It's a lot to unpack there.
My fault, man. My fault. I took so long.
No, we about to get into it.
Man,
it's a lot of parts to that. It's a lot of parts to that. Mm-hmm. And it ties back into your clothing brand too. Shout out to the original people. We both got it on the original people.
Man, I appreciate that. That's a commercial.
Gonna get into that. So we gotta go back to the origin, to the original, right? Mm-hmm. All right, how far you wanna go back? That's where I'm gonna start it at. So I'm gonna let you decide where to start at.
I don't know.
We're gonna go there.
Let me know where your viewpoint. I don't know your viewpoint yet. I don't know what you're trying to hit on, so I can.
I'm talking about the goal on one of our previous episodes. Mm-hmm. You talked about going within. Mm-hmm. That's my vantage point is from right there.
Okay.
Going in. So where you want to start? Because that's where it started. To be honest.
I don't know, cause
like all the people that you spoke of, right? That. Mm-hmm. May not show up for people. They may not have that support either.
Yeah,
they be saying the same thing over and over.
That's what I'm saying.
That goes into like what you said about you not having support. This is the mission, cause we gotta be the support.
Yeah.
We got if we weren't built for this, we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we need, of course we need support. But right now, like, especially like from that perspective too, of when you said people are doing something positive, like personally, I've never experienced that personally.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I always tell the young people I speak to, I'm from the hood, but I'm not from the streets.
Yeah.
You were in the streets, I wasn't. I could have been. I didn't though.
Yeah.
I was like that. I really didn't have the best grades in school, to be real. I was a sports guy.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had glasses, but I wasn't a nerd. Like, it's what people classify.
You feel the spectrum too, though, cuz. What I say last podcast?
Yeah.
Is it the rap?
Yep, or the streets.
Shoot ball, or you in the streets?
Yeah, like I said, I was in the sports route, right? So I never felt like I wasn't supported. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the home life, I have both my parents. I personally never felt that way. Yeah. Now, that's why when you were speaking, I was like, are you talking about the collective?
Yeah.
And when you say the collective, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, that wasn't my experience.
No.
I can relate to that because the young men I mentored,
Yeah.
a young man I guide, I don't even like saying mentor for real, young men I guide and help out, I talk to them and learn more about their story. They saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, okay, so I'm that support for them.
You know the biggest thing you had, and that's why I always be saying his name. Your father, man. I'm not lying, bro.
I was just thinking about that
That's
yesterday.
the biggest thing you had with if you don't even know.
I met somebody that knew my dad too.
I
did.
That was I ain't mean that, but you definitely.
That's why I'm dropping the book on his birthday. I'm gonna figure it out because I don't care about nothing else. This is a mission. This is an intermission. When you got a show, you got an intermission.
Yeah,
this is an intermission to get this book out by May 31st. I don't give a damn what I gotta do. I get this out.
I can do to help you out.
I appreciate it. And it's the support. This is us ending the generational dysfunction. He supported me. I'm supporting him. I have the T-shirt. I have the fashion brand though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And you already know I'm gonna have the book link on my website.
Absolutely. So this is like I said. This is us being that support for each other.
Yeah.
Like in real life, in real time, right? A real divine timing. And the people that watch this, you may feel like you may not have that support either, but you have people like us that you can reach out to that can offer some advice on how to get that support. But that really takes, like, the first step to that, like to add some practicality to that,
is what does that look like?
You have to take an audit of who you're around. Like the elders say, birds of a feather flock together. Because I don't know who came up with that quote, and honestly, it's nothing new under the sun. So we gonna Auntie Barbara Jean. Yeah, that's your quote. We gonna say it. I don't care. We gonna say it. That's your quote. But it's nothing new under the sun, though, to be honest.
For real.
Like the elders say, all birds of a feather flock together. So if you don't have some birds in your immediate circle, I like to call it a sacred circle. If you don't have any birds of the same feather in your immediate circle, like say for instance you want to be an entrepreneur, let's go that route. Everybody in your bird cage, let's do that. They have a 9 to 5 and they have no ambition, no desire to open up a business. You got to find some new birds, big dog. Or sis, you got to find some new birds. Like you don't have to abandon the birds that you're with. Still gonna hang out with them, but you got to go fly. You got to get out the cage. Or the rat race, you know what I'm saying? You got to get out of there. And you're going to go through a mourning process where you're going to be sad because you got to leave people behind, but that's what it takes for you to get to your greatest level of you. You have to be able to, like, okay, identify, all right, this is not the environment that I need to be in to grow. I have to go spread my wings and fly and go find where my birds are so we can fly.
It's easier said, but
it is easier said than done. But yeah, it has to be done though.
Yeah,
and like what you said too, like us in the generational dysfunction. Yeah. Like you said, they go the easier route. It's easier done than said. Too.
Yep. So if you're doing this, I agree. That's a step. You know.
But it starts within though. It starts within.
Yep.
You have to get to that point, and this is just me planting the seed now. Like you may not be ready for that yet, and that's okay. because you doing your own journey at your own pace.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
But it starts from within. If you don't have that
100%.
inner, if you don't look in the mirror and say, hey, I love you enough to go find me some new birds, then that's on you. We can only support you when you're ready to be supported.
Great.
So for the people that didn't have that support, the people that could have gave that support, they may have not been supported either. So they're just keeping that generational dysfunction going, the lack of support for anything that's positive. Right? But then also too, it goes back to the person that may feel that way, they don't have the support. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yep. I agree.
So if you don't open your mouth, you're not gonna get fed.
I agree.
Like when you with your birds, if you don't open your mouth, like you're not gonna eat.
Yeah.
So you have to communicate properly too. Like, hey, I need this, and this.
Yeah.
If you're not the person that can get that to me, how can you connect me to the people that can get me to where I want to go?
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of people that can do that. Like I had to get out of that. Like, yo, hey, I'm perfectly okay and comfortable with asking for help now. Cause I was talking to one of my guys earlier here at P30. I was telling him like, man, I'm in that space now where I'm looking to really expand in leadership, and that takes like delegation. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can do this, but I'm letting go. I'm letting go so I can grow. I can spread my wings and fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I delegated the past for 2023, I could have done all that myself if I really wanted to. I didn't have the desire to, because there's other stuff I need to be doing so we can build this brand.
Yeah.
So we can build ourselves. Yeah. So we can do other things, you know what I'm saying? Spend time with family. So it's so many different things that distract us from really going within, so we never go without. You know what I'm saying? So I felt every word you say. I hear it talking to young people.
It's real, man, and it's devastating. You know, think about it, man. You see more RPs than my dude. He free my homie. RP my homie more than my homie just got accepted. The ball, my homie just opened up a business. Check out his business. People got homies that got businesses, and they got homies that's deceased and who has transitioned, and they have homies who been in penitentiary. Who they gonna brag about most? Those negative homies. They ain't gonna share about their brother, they man's business. They gonna share about their homies that's dead and their homies that's in the penitentiary.
That goes to foresight too, though. They have to be able to see a different version of themselves too. Yeah. So the majority of people, from my perspective, the majority of people not feeling supported is their lack of whatever they have going on.
But but it's not feeling supported. It's more like the invisible hand economics.
What you mean? The visible hand economics. What you mean?
The invisible hand economics. You never heard about that?
No.
You don't know what that is?
No.
That's the thing. That's the push to make you. Basically, it's the invisible hand that make you want to open up Lead Your Lineage. It's the invisible hand that makes you want to end your generational dysfunction because you want to get to a certain goal in your life. Man, you gotta look it up. Look it up, y'all.
Okay, the invisible hand of economics.
Yeah, the invisible hand of economics. Look it up. But it's like that. It's like that, right? It's not even about support all the way. So let me rewind it. It's not about support all the way. You can take it back about, like I told you, I don't give a damn. I share this on TV. And sometimes in certain places, you know what I mean? Like me and my brother was at a point where we had to feed ourselves. You know what I mean? And if you look right to you and look left and look forward, everybody who's feeding themselves are engaging in criminal activities. They're going to that path. There I go again, that path, right? You don't see nobody going to this path who did something positive and is eating and got house and got all this good. You don't see that, you know what I mean? Right. You see the people who got houses and the cars and all that, it's the dope man doing something negative. So it got something to do with that. It got something to do with the invisible hand economics. Because you want to eat. You got to remember, this body, you're going to get hungry. You know what I mean? And if you're looking around you, everybody that's eating is engaging in criminal activities. You're going to start doing that. After a while, I don't care who you say you are. after a while, once that stomach hit the back of your bone, your tailbone, it's always in your tailbone. When your stomach hits your tailbone, ain't no telling what a human would do. And this is true. Humans and got caught up on caves and caught up on mountains and start eating each other because they've been out there so long. You know what I mean? You don't know when that stomach hit your tailbone. Ain't no telling you go into a whole different type of human. You know what I mean? You gotta remember chemicals. Your body literally starting to create chemicals, and you gotta remember we are low key robots. You know what I mean? We are like low key robots. You know what I mean? You can trigger certain stuff like it's a button on you that can make you go to sleep. You know what I mean? We low key like robots. So if you trigger that into this society and it gives people less opportunities to no jobs, people who got jobs are barely surviving. People who selling dope surviving. You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
Look though,
it's the invisible hand, cause it's
say something.
It's that. What's up? Go ahead. I done forgot what I said.
You said something very powerful. Like when you were mentioning no jobs and things of that nature,
no
right? This hit me. Like back in the day, was it really jobs or was it just responsibilities? You just had a responsibility or an obligation or a duty to be able to do X, Y, and Z. You didn't have to show up from a man-made 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You just had to, okay, I just need to go feed my family today. And what else was it to do?
You know what I want you to do? Start studying your people more. Start studying their metanator. It be telling you all type of things they be doing. For instance, man, you know what I learned? You know.
Like, what was the day in the life of our people back then? That's what I'm getting to.
I know.
Like that when you said chemicals, I'm like, okay, chemic. Okay, let me connect the dots here. Like when our ancestors were living during that time, because we got millions of ancestors.
Yeah,
we all do. So we had some ancestors living around that time. Yes. Now we lost the connection to that, but we have the power to get it back too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said earlier it starts within. We have the power to get into it.
Yes.
But we're distracted from it because we gotta go to a job, we gotta do this, we gotta get on social media, we gotta do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of being aware of your surroundings in today's society too. So it has its place, to be honest, because it's of where the rest of the world is. So you want to, as a man, if you were ignorant to all those different things and you're not teaching your children that, that's not a good look, because they gotta be able to know how to navigate this space. Because one day they gotta be adults and go out in the world instead of their own 10. You know what I'm saying? So you're preparing them for that. They're gonna make their own choices because they own people, but you gotta prepare them for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be aware of that and know how it works, both negatively and positively. But like those, but back in the day, like I don't know, there's something. We need for. If you got a time machine, comment below. We need to comment below.
I ain't never heard you say comment below.
Comment below.
That's a new one. That's a new one. I ain't never heard you say
comment below. We have a time machine. Comment below. We need to go back to Kemet and see how our people's day-to-day lives.
No, we don't. They got scrolls, tablets. We gotta go to British and we gotta go to.
I want.
We gotta go to England. We gotta go to all them got our stuff, all our artifacts. It's actually stuff. I keep telling you, bro. You got Rashad Rashidi, he talks about it. He a brother. Khabib, he talks about it. And they actually got the pictures and all that where they got it from the museums. Anthony T. Browder, like
I still want to go. I want to get in that time machine.
Me too. I want to go too. No, I don't want to go to the time machine. You know why?
I want both.
I want to go there because you got to remember this. You know why? See, man, this is what we saying, cuz you thinking more physically. You got to think more spiritually. If we go there, time doesn't exist.
You're right. You're right.
We can connect and see what our people did. Not only they told us, not only that, but like you said, what you just said earlier, we lost the connection on how to speak to our people. How if we go there, start touching that stuff, feeling that stuff, how about if we just start But damn, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, like you just said, we reconnecting our people. We don't need no time machine. We are the time machine.
Oh, you right. Ooh.
You feel
You
me?
right. You right.
You
right.
You got to think more spiritually on it, cuz. We you know, my favorite saying is this though. You know why we don't think about spirit? Because what I always say, cuz, because the spirit don't need water. The spirit don't need food. The spirit don't need shelter. The spirit doesn't need recreational activities. You know what I mean? And all of that, cuz. So the spirit doesn't need to engage into all basically life, so you forget about it. You know what I mean? Because you be hungry. You gotta make sure you eat. So you might do something crazy to eat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And all of the above. So,
all right, that's real.
Yeah, cuz man, that is, man. It's so true, man. Because think about it. When do you really have time to be like, man, I'm just gonna work on my spirit all day. I'm just gonna work on my soul all day. I'm just gonna be spiritually all day. If you do that, and if we be honest, cuz if we did that for a whole year, only do spiritual. So that I'm talking about, we have to ignore it. We would basically, we wouldn't have time to do this podcast like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'd be working on our spiritual. We wouldn't have time to really be out like that. So basically, you have to be low key paid in for a while, a whole year. You know how much you can lose on that? Who gonna pay for the bills? How the bills gonna keep going? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I was hitting at earlier with, like, the world that we live in today. Mm-hmm. We have to be aware of all the things that are happening. You know what I'm saying? All the circumstances that we're in. But I agree with you. Like, I can honestly say, with me having no children, I can spend a whole man-made 24 hours on that, just working on my spirit. I can.
Can you spend a whole year though?
I'm not. No.
All right.
I'm not there. When will you ever get there being a father?
Shit.
And a husband.
What do you mean, guys?
Like, Bray, how that work? Talk to me.
Man, you acting like that.
How that work?
Man, you acting
How
like...
would you be able to do that for a year? Being a husband and a father?
What you mean, guys?
I don't know. It just popped in my mind.
If I'm working my spiritual self, right? You know what I mean? I'm working on that. That don't mean I can't engage with people. That mean that, like you said earlier, what you just say earlier, cuz the birds of the feather flock together. It's just me. I gotta flock with the people who own the same shit I'm on.
So when you said that, I was thinking like connecting, like being able to get that reconnection to the ancient Kemet times where we can like just snap our fingers and we see it. That's where I was coming from with that question.
Yeah. I mean, we still can. Yeah. We that don't mean we ain't. They engage with each other. It ain't like we ain't gotta engage with each other, cuz. I mean, you gotta remember, if we all one conscious mind, how about if it takes a whole bunch of us together to do it?
Yeah, I was thinking like, it's like...
How about if it takes us a lot of us to do it, though? See, we always think, there we go again, thinking physically. Spiritually, we all want it. So how about if we have to all come to, a certain amount of us have to come together to actually accomplish it? How about that, cuz? How about that?
I don't disagree with that.
How about that?
Yeah, because I be like, with everything you're saying, right? We have the same end goal, the same conclusion. Yeah, you got it from like ancient tablets. I got the answer. The answer you can download it from like the ancient tablets and stuff and the ancient text. I downloaded it from the movies that I watched. we saying the same thing. We be asking this because we be asking the same questions. We be having the same answers. We got two different sources.
Hey, why I'm laughing
because it's like that is your point. We are all one.
Yeah, we all one.
You just get it from a textbook. I get it from a movie.
Yeah, we all one. I'm laughing because they don't know that off cameras. Every time I'm talking about the tablet or something like that or open, you're like, man, they got that in the movies. I be like, damn, they got all of our stuff in the movies. Even when I was telling you about Thoth and everybody, he was like, I forgot who you referred them to, but man, it was every time. But that's just crazy. But yeah, go back to that support thing though, cuz man, you know what I mean?
Man, you gotta, like, people gotta know.
I got a question though.
It was a
Let's now break it down and tell people how to support people. Let's in our opinions. You know what I mean? It's just because we need y'all to comment y'all opinions, because we about the opinions. We like to work as a collective and get everybody opinions. Because once again, that's why I'm glad we talked about what we were just talking about. Because once again, once we all collect each other's opinions, we become one spiritual. You know, we were just talking about that. So we all come one. So we all collect these opinions, and now we know what every angle to work on. So in your opinion, I'm gonna get that. Don't worry about it. So in your opinion, what do you feel like? What's one thing you think, as a society as a whole, as one, that we need to work on and better supporting and making the role models more men and women of people who doing something positive for the community?
So let me preface this by putting this disclaimer out here. I am no financial analyst. I am not a CPA.
I said your opinion.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving this. I'm giving this disclaimer because this is strictly opinion. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a CPA, not a financial advisor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a doctor. None of that. I'm not a dentist. None of that. So I'm just giving that disclaimer before I go into my opinion. So nobody. So we protected and nobody gets hurt when I say my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said your opinion.
So, and I'm saying my opinion with love too. Yeah. My opinion, how we can support one another. First, we have to realize what support we need, first and foremost. So before we even get to realizing what support we need, to get to the end goal of having that unimind, or having that unity, that unity, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We have to be able to identify these different things. One thing we have to identify the person that needs support. Do they have the mind and heart to be able to accept support other than physically tangible things? Because you were talking about the physical earlier, me coming from the physical perspective. Now I'm wrapping around all these different perspectives. So when you said the collective not enough people to come and have that type of conscious collective thought, yes, that is correct. Because people's minds and hearts are disconnected from what we're speaking about. So we have to figure out how we as a collective can connect our hearts and our minds and allow them to stop being disconnected from the world we live in, because it can be extremely numbing. And I'm speaking from experience. I've been emotionally numb before. Me too. So we have to figure out how to be able to essentially change the minds and hearts of people. That's the first step. We got to think of a way to get them to feel different about the way they think and feel. That's the first step. And in my opinion, like, it's strictly my opinion, we can't do that. We can't do that. That has to come from a divine intervention standpoint. It's very hard. It's very, very hard for somebody to be like, hey, you need to stop doing this. Like, for me personally, I wasn't thinking about becoming, I wouldn't have pulled the trigger to become vegan if my father didn't transition. For real. Yeah. I wouldn't have did anything until it was like, oh, it's in my face. I got diabetes. I got to change now. Yeah. I got high blood pressure. I got to change that. And all that runs in my family. So I'm speaking that from experience, because this is in my cells. Because
it was a big boy.
I'm doing this preventative work to not have those things. So that's the first step, identifying how to think on how to get people to change the way they feel about how they think and feel. Yeah. That's the very first step. So that connects everything. That connects the whole 360 of the experience of being a spiritual being in the human form. That's step number one. Step number two, that is identifying, okay, Now my heart is and my mind are connected to what I'm doing. All right. Now it's like, okay, what is my purpose? Identify what your purpose is. Okay, cool. That takes work, inner work, a lot of inner work to get clear on what your purpose is. Then it's like, okay, this is my purpose. How do I bridge that gap between my purpose and what my purpose is and what my purpose is?
Break that. What you mean?
Like what my purpose is, like internally is what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like birthing that thought that you have internally and bringing it into reality.
Masculine
to make it is.
Energy, I get you.
So we have to. So that's the third step. You got to take it from vision to real life.
Yeah.
So that's the third step. Then from there, how do we sustain that? And that's breaking the generational dysfunction and sustainability now. So like when you and I are now no longer in these bodies, how do we sustain all the work that we've done? That's the fourth step, sustainability. First step, you got to think about how to change the way people feel about how they think and feel. Second step, people have to, what did I say for the second step? I don't know, but it's out of order.
No.
Well, go ahead.
No.
You remember?
No, because I don't know. I remember.
I was cooking
the
though.
order.
I was cooking though. I remember though.
I don't remember the order though.
Yeah, first one, think about how to change the way people think and feel. Mm-hmm. Second, you have to identify your purpose. You have to ask for support. Mm-hmm. Identify your purpose, and you have to sustain it as well. So it's a combination of four. So think, identify your purpose, identify how you need support, and then how we're going to sustain the support that we give you. Those are the four in that order.
What you think? The dice with it. Yeah, cause shit, man, it's not wrong. You know why no answer is wrong? Because we all are one. We come together, and that if we do that, if we get a group of people who do that, get a group of people who do your comment, how you feel, get a group of people do that, and it's enough of melanated people around the world for us to do this, and everything be okay. The crazy part about it, it sounds that simple, but it low key is that simple. Your opinion is not wrong or right. My opinion is not wrong or right. It's a step forward. Yeah, it's a step forward in society. Mm-hmm. Your opinion is not wrong or right. It's a step forward in society, how we can better through somebody else's eyes who has experience. You know what I mean?
It's just duality. It's a law of duality. The spiritual laws.
That's all, bro.
So that would be the fifth step. We got to identify the spiritual laws.
Identify the spiritual law. You know, so support, so you said, so what was the question? Working with each other, how can we learn how to become better as a community and make this
in terms of support.
Yeah, in terms of support to make this man look more, sustainable to our children to want to be more like him or her. You know what I mean? So I think the first step would be
and that's physically too. Let me get into that too. Physically, I'm just talking about the physical now. Yeah. Physically, men and women have to show up for these children.
Yes, agreed. We gotta stop fighting each other.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, so like if they don't see something different, they can't even think about being something different.
That's my favorite thing saying. I always say that. I always say this. We always talk about the youth, but who raised the youth? Who are the youth looking up to?
And then on top of that too, like this is something that I got from my experience going to different conferences that involve young people, right? Mm-hmm. We can have them there and give them a phenomenal session for like 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever it is, right? And then they got to go back to that environment that just came from.
Nothing. Yeah, you got to be. That's the problem.
Unless you connect,
you got to be in the environment.
You are connected.
Yeah,
it's gonna go one ear after the other.
Cuz you forgot who you talking to, cuz.
I did. I'm with you.
What you mean, cuz? Cuz I was in drug, I was youngster and I did drug rehab before I even hit 21. I didn't did drug rehab like 2-3 times. Facts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For real, man. And like you said, shit that they was telling me at the time. Only thing I was learning was the shit I wanted to know. I learned more about drugs in my drug rehabilitation classes than I learned damn near more than anywhere else. I done learned everything. They tell you the recipe, how to cook that shit. Oh, this is what's in it. This is what's in it. You don't want this in you. You don't want chloride bleach in you. You don't want baking soda in you, do you? Tell you the whole damn recipe. You know what I mean? So I know how it is, and I was in there, like you said, cuz every time I was in there in and out, man. Even in jail, always I was what, 23, 20, no, last time I was locked up, like 20 something, 25, 26, but anyway, in and out today, you know what I mean? So, and I didn't ran into a lot of motivational people who try to give me motivational speeches. A lot of them. See, I remember one time, even my mama tried to give me one, but I was so damn drugged up. It was I never felt that day in my life. I had so many pills in my body. I only how I remember this because I was looking at her and was like, I never knew what that meant until today. When somebody said that, when you hear people talk, the words going in one ear out the other. Man, I'm telling you, I couldn't tell you what she said that day. But man, so I didn't, and that's not the only time. I'm just saying that's my mama. So I didn't. When you in juvenile, people
that's
come
how you connected with the mom.
Yeah, and when you in juvenile, people come and speak to you all the time. People, when you locked up, when you know my grandpa tipping ain't easy. He done spoke to me, you know. So you know you hear it, but man, people gotta be in that environment. People gotta be there with you. That's what we need. We need more people that's not like Carter G. Woodson always said. We need servicemen, not leaders. Leaders are the people who all, he ain't mean it like that. He means, leaders are the people who all outstanding, proud, and doing all that thing. We need servicemen, people who gonna actually come in the community instead of just being in that like you said, that environment for that little 2-3 hours or something. We need actual servicemen who gonna be in the hood, who gonna walk around there with guns and make sure every people, hey man, we can't sell drugs over here no more. Hey, come on, bro, I got this job for you. Hey, I got this opportunity for you. Oh man, you good at this. Look, here go a chance.
So let me ask you this.
You need more servicemen.
You and your guys growing up, right?
Yeah.
If y'all would have had somebody like that,
yeah,
growing up, would y'all still be in the streets?
Hell no. If you telling me, if you show what I know now.
No, you didn't know. You didn't know what you know now.
No. What I'm saying though, what I know now, even back then, what I know now. If you showed me back then, I would have changed. That's what I'm saying. If you showed me that people be eating, like people be leaving these big ass houses and moms and dads and jolly golly and.
But you would have saw something different. Like say they would have had a house in Geist, right? They would have took you to the house. Your mom said like, damn, how I'm rob them?
No.
That wouldn't be your mindset?
No, because they'd be giving me an opportunity. They'd be showing me, like I said opportunity. They'd be giving us. If you be like, hey man, don't be selling drugs over here. Come over here, bro. Hey, boo. You show me the first day. You put me to work. The first day I make $50-something, $100. You give it to me, boom. You know what I mean? You gonna probably give me something to eat. You know, we gonna have to give. We need service, man.
I agree.
We gonna have to
agree
give. So we gonna have to give him something to eat. Not only him something to eat. Holla at him. Holla at the mom and dad in their seat. Make sure his siblings eat. Because I know for a fact, if you only fed me, I most likely would save that food and gave it to my little brother. Or you know what I mean, something in that sort of end, so my little brother can eat. So you know, we gotta make sure we actually going into their homes. Making sure they got a good stable parent, making sure that they got a good stable house and actually help them at home. It damn near start at home. It starts at home. It starts. We need to make sure they got a bed to sleep in. We gotta make sure we actually helping these people out and showing them a real opportunity. You know. So
that's why I love doing this podcast with you, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got the same mission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to really help people.
For real.
We got the answers from two different sources.
Yeah. That's why I'm happy, cuz.
We got two different sources.
And, you know, also we need fathers. We need fathers to be fathers, and also
And mothers to be mothers.
That's what I was just about to say. That mothers to be mothers. We need to also stop. I know this sounds crazy, but we need to also go one back to our ancestors' ways, and that's sex, man. We need to sound crazy, but we need to stop letting these Europeans have us going sex crazy and want us to have sex with everybody. We got to remember this. Being sexual is a godly, spiritual thing. That's why you make a baby. You know what I mean? We got to stop just thinking sex is just sex and just fucking and going crazy, because you can make a baby. You got to remember, you got to take care of that baby. We got to remember that sex is actually for making babies, because it's a lot of mistakes out here, and that's why a lot of people out here by themselves and having hard times. I know he may trick you. I know she may trick you, but we need to be harder and more intentional about this. We gotta let motherfuckers know, like, hey, bro, you know, we can make an actual baby doing this shit. Hey, girl, you know, on both parties, and that being said is because if you look, because like I just said about 2 minutes or a minute or two ago, we need fathers to be fathers and mothers to be mothers. I said fathers because if you look at the statistics, households that grow out without fathers it's so crazy. He like 64% more likely to repeat a grade. I repeated the grade. Most likely to get expelled. I expelled. I barely passed high school. You know what I mean? All type of stuff. It was like I was most likely to get locked up before the age of that. That I was like, damn, all of that fit me. But I missed by things. Like I said in the last episode, I walked out good, but I beat a lot of cases as an adult. You know what I mean? So it wasn't no clean walk off. It was a hard trial. So I know how that is. You know, so and man, it's just so that's a lot that we can work on.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, support is everything. Support is everything,
man. And look, man, what we doing Saturday? Because he's learning how to support me, and I'm learning how to support him more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So coming up, we have
this Saturday.
And we're doing, and we're sitting down and
he gonna be cooking,
figuring out. We can figure that out. I can. Sure. I don't know when we gonna. I probably have to come over to y'all house to cook though. I have to get the groceries like early in the day before I got my stuff with Bloom. But basically on Saturday, myself and Kobe were sitting down with him and Nadia. After I get done, and the children. And once I get done with what I got to do for my young people, with the organization I work with, Bloom, we're gonna sit down and just figure out how we can support one another. Like that's literally the whole objective. We're gonna talk about Lead Your Lineage. They're gonna talk about what they got going on, like individually and collectively as a husband and wife. And Kobe and I are gonna talk about what we got going on individually and collectively as a partnership. And we're gonna figure this thing out, how we can give each other support. It's that tribe that we're building. It's the tribal meeting. It's that tribal service leadership meeting.
Like survival.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
ain't nobody getting kicked off though.
Absolutely. So that's where we're starting at. So I definitely encourage you to really sit down with your folks.
Your birds. You guys stick what you said earlier, man. You said birds.
Said we having a meeting. The Eagles are meeting.
The Eagles, man. No, we got the Falcons.
Falcons. Okay.
See, there we
Talk
go.
to me.
You know what? See, here we go.
The Falcons.
You know why I'm using Falcons? Because that's who they use. Haru. That's his face. His face is a falcon. On the our Falcons represent a power to our people. I'm just gonna drop that. If you read the metanator, you'll learn more. But when you see that Falcons.
The Falcons are meeting on Saturday. We're gonna get it together.
Getting it together.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming up. We're gonna figure this thing out together because we're not alone. We don't have to be alone. Yeah. How did this happen? Because we opened our mouths.
And and to be honest, unfortunately, like some people on this home here, and including my wife. So I'm speaking this with experience again, because my wife included. Some of y'all, probably wasn't blessed as not even blessed as divine, as having a cousin. So I just want to say on here, man, I feel good. I'm thankful that we really cousins, man. So
absolutely,
that's something nice. So if you do have the chance to work with your blood, work with them. If you don't, it don't matter. Be like my wife, shout out to Nadia, and she made her tribe. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing but a chicken thing, because you a boss. That's why you got this mission. That's why you ain't got nobody, because you a boss. I'm talking to my wife and everybody else. You know what I mean? Who going through that, man? Your soul signed up for the ticket. It knew what it was going to do, and it knew that you could get it done. And that's for real. That's for real.
No, that's real.
That's real.
Yeah, as we wrap, man, you got any words you want to close us out with, cuz?
Shit, no, man, just this, man. Let's push our music. Let's push our role models. Let's push our words. Let's push our let's marinate. Like I said earlier, so not even push. Let's marinate. Let as a whole, as a collective. Let's watch what we marinating in, as far as in movies, musics, jobs, spending habits, celebrations, all 360, because we got to look and remember that at the end of the day, this was given to us, and we need to reverse it and see what's wrong to get fixed as a community, because everything that we don't, we right now, we marinating in the grease. We can't be marinating in no grease. Right now, we marinating in grease, you know. Hot dog water. There we go. Right now, we marinating in hot dog water. I'm ready to marinate in that mustard, because ain't that what they put on they marinate? Well, I used to marinate my brisket with, I think, a little mustard. I'm ready to get marinated with mustard like a brisket, because we ain't no hot dog. We a whole damn brisket. Matter of fact, we a goddamn I don't even know. We the damn sun. We could there we go. We the sun.
Okay.
We the sun. Hey man, this is a quick one too, man. I want to end this one, man. I want to say this. This is a quick thing. You know what else I learned, man? That guess what? They say it's Mother Nature, but really, Earth is a man. But guess what the woman is? The sun. Cause she creates everything. See, man, I said, man, boy, when you break down the metanometer and they teach you stuff, you be like, man, they lied to us the whole way. So that. Earth is a man. The sun is the woman. Because the sun birthed the earth. You know what I mean? The sun, what else does the sun do? It gives everything energy. It creates, doesn't it? Well, it takes that seed won't pop unless it gets the sun. Yeah, let me stop blabbing off.
That's good information. That's good. That's a good connection. Good correlation to nature. I love that.
You know me, man. I just be letting people know, man. You gotta read that metanometer.
Absolutely. We're gonna have an episode too where you break that down for us all.
Yeah, I will, man.
We're gonna build that in. It's coming soon.
We're gonna do 15 minutes of metanometer, 15 minutes of how 15 minutes of health, and then 15 minutes of how the metanometer and health all correlate together.
I'm with it. Let's do that.
Separate though. I don't want them to be.
Okay, that's fine.
Separate. Yeah.
That work too. Together, separate. Whatever we need to do, I'm with it. Family, we appreciate y'all for tuning into another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. Like we always love to say, before I even get to that, I want to end it on support, right? This is my favorite quote of all time. In terms of support, use this quote and wrap it with support, right? Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can.
I was hoping you was gonna say that like 10, 20 minutes ago when I was saying something.
So that when you need support, I read your mind, cuz I read your mind. When you need some support, start where you are. So whoever is around you, wherever your feet are present, start there. Take a step, breathe, close your eyes, look around, feel around. Then you use what you have. You have words, you got a cell phone you can use. One of my mentors says, don't make your smartphone dumb. So you just use your smartphone. You got a laptop. You might have a car. You got you might have some able legs. You can walk or run. You can get on, if you got a smartphone, you can get on the bus, get you a bus pass. Get where you need to go, do what you got to do. And lastly, do what you can. Faith without works is dead. I don't know what verse in the Bible it says it, but I know it's in the Bible and I hear it all the time. That's all I know.
It's in the
Faith
Bible
without
somewhere.
works is dead.
Amen.
So you have to have that faith, and you also have to do your work too. Because in my opinion, and in my knowing, the Creator, God, Allah, Buddha, universe, source, gave us everything that we need already to be able to solve our own issues and problems. But we just have to put the work in to do so. And that's what I want to leave y'all with. So family, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Lead Your Lineage.
Stay melanated. We gone through this time.
We are gone for real. Lead yourself so you can lead your lineage, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.